Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Scott Simpkins, aka Simp7, and this is Get Out Your Feelings Sports Podcast. And listen, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, like, comment, and share, like, comment, and let everybody know if they're a true Angel Reese fan, if they're a true Atlanta Dream fan, if they're a true Chicago Sky fan, but they got to have some Angel Reese. This is the place to be right here. Go ahead and hit that subscription button and make sure you become part of the Get Out Your Feelings family. I want you here. I need you here. And we love to have you here. Happy Monday, guys. It's a blessed Monday morning. I just got in from my first workout of the day, and I had a wonderful time, a great workout. But I woke up with the allergic eye reaction. I don't know what's going on. I haven't had an allergy reaction in quite some time, but my eye was swollen, puffy, and I had to wear shades, but it's getting better. So be easy on my eye, y'all. Don't say too much about it. But hey, I'm happy I'm here and I'm ready to get into this. But doing my workout, I saw something that disturbed me that almost ruined my workout, because one thing I can't stand on this earth are liars and people who do not put things in the right perspective or the right timeline. I cannot stand that. So Fox News is known to be a race baiting network, a network that allows racism on there and falsehoods to be told, a network that is allowed to have perspectives that are drawn up by lies and made up things, of course, which is the same thing, but it's just something, watch somebody make something up. And that's when we go here. You guys know exactly who I am. Y'all know that I don't stand for racism. I don't stand for people attacking black women. I don't stand for none of that stuff. I don't stand any discrimination. I don't do none of that stuff. I definitely am a pro-black man. I love my black people, but I love people, period. And I don't get down like that. So to go to a network when they should be talking about the values of this world and how can this world get better, and talking about love and unity and clarity and all, you don't get that. And for the life of me, why is all of a sudden, since Caitlin Clark has joined the WNBA, Fox News picks her stories up. Dateline picks her stories up. Anytime where there's a situation that's going on, you have this channel that focuses in on the WNBA. Nothing else. Not when anything else happened, but they make sure they talk about their very own Caitlin Clark. All right, so let's call out the clown for the day. The clown for the day is this brother right here named Gianno Caldwell. And after hearing what he said about Angel Reese, a situation that wasn't even about Angel Reese, right? I was at the gym, I was working out, and I just happened to look at my boy down with the Kings page, and I saw this. And when I first heard this, I'm thinking that, hey, this is AI. This is something that a comedian made up to try to get clicks, likes, and views. But then I went to YouTube and I put in Angel Reese and Fox News. And of course, they had other things on there. And then it got to the video that was posted 2 days ago. And when I heard it, I was disgusted. One, to see two black figures degrading and lying about a black woman that has absolutely nothing to do with the situation. Of course, it starts out with a white guy talking, and the smooth face and everything like that just looked like a racist, just looked like a MAGA supporter. But when I saw this brother, I'm like, there's no way that this man is saying all these lies about Angel Reese and boosting up Caitlin Clark. But I was wrong. And his name is Gianno Caldwell. All right. He's a Trump supporter, a MAGA supporter, right? I looked him up, went on his page, and just saw all this stuff that he has going on. Could be positive for black folk, but it's not. And anybody that sits on Fox News and sits there and you just look at them, it's like, wow, you guys are really out of here pushing a false narrative and just lying. 2 days later, so y'all trying to keep the stupidity going on because of what happened between her and Alyssa Thomas. It's very dumb. But to see this brother go up here and do it after having something that happened to his own family, we're not going to talk about that, but having something tragic happen to his own family, and then to come here after suffering something like that and writing a book about it, you come up here and spread lies on another black person like that? You a straight clown, bro. You are a straight clown. And I hope that you get a chance to see this because I'm calling you out today. I don't care how big you are. I ain't nobody, so I ain't got nothing to lose. I don't care how big you are, what you got to say. You are a straight clown. And today we're talking about you, brother, because you and this other sister on here are straight clowns and y'all are liars. So I need y'all to hear what they had to say. And then we're going to get into this, and it's time to go in hard today. I'm putting my Malcolm X on today. All right. So let's get into it. Let's go. Check out what these clowns said about Angel Reese. It's going to take a little minute, but just watch what they had to say about Angel Reese, and we're going to go on in on this. Okay.
Garrett Tenney in Chicago reports. Garrett.
Yeah, Harris, that fist to the neck is hard enough to watch, but when you watch this play back, you can see even before that, Alyssa Thomas knees Caitlin Clark in the groin, then puts her fist into Kit Clark's neck, and then nearly stomps on Clark while stepping over her. The ball is already gone by the time any of that happens, and despite a ref being right there, they didn't call anything. Not long after that, Clark was again targeted by what her coach calls another blatant cheap shot that led to her leaving the game with an injury, and again, no foul was called. After the game, the Indiana Fever coach was livid that the officials in the league continue to allow this kind of thing to happen.
We have a generational talent and a WNBA superstar who had two cheap shots right there that weren't called. And I just say, again, absolutely unacceptable. And it's just, when you have these things continue to happen time and time again, eventually it gets frustrating.
After those videos went viral late yesterday, the WNBA decided to take action, and the punishment for recklessly targeting and endangering the league's biggest star was a single-game suspension for Alyssa Thomas and a flagrant foul, too, that carries a $1,000 fine. The Phoenix Mercury appeared to mock the whole thing, posting and then quickly deleting this meme after the game, showing a Mercury player on the floor. These latest incidents are only fueling critics who argue the league doesn't value and is not protecting its biggest star, who's elevated women's basketball to places it's never been, with record TV deals and viewing numbers, sold-out arenas whenever and wherever Caitlin Clark is playing. Harris?
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the stats that were just handed to me right now. I mean, this is incredible, the impact she's had. I'll get into it. Garrett, thank you. Gianna Caldwell, Fox News political analyst, is with me now. First of all, I want to get your idea of her effect in the WNBA as a player. Caitlin's.
Well, I mean, this is pretty clear what her effect has been. One expert puts it in 2024, Caitlin Clark was responsible for 25% of the WNBA's total revenue. 25%. That's massive. The numbers of viewers watching because of her has been massive, in the millions. This is an undeniable player. And then just one more fact, too. The WNBA is entering into a $2.2 billion deal with NBC Sports because of Caitlin Clark. So it's undeniable what she means to this league. And honestly, no one was really watching the WNBA until she hit the scene.
You know, I have two questions. One will be gender, one will be race. Let's talk gender right now. So when this sort of thing happens, and if you watched, you know, the Spurs and the Knicks, you saw Wembanyama kind of get accused of doing some of the same stuff with elbow throwing and all the rest. We don't see it get to this point, though, with fans weighing in and shouting, you know, give her a break and so on and so forth, because women's sports don't normally look like this. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not wrong. And it was actually very surprising to see someone try to get up by placing their fist in her neck. That obviously isn't the way you get up. She could have done something else. It looked very intentional. I would argue that it looked like assault to me. And if you look at the long list of incidents we've seen with Caitlin Clark and people who don't like her, people like Angel Reese, who she had got into it with on the court, but continued the fight on social media. Angel Reese, that is. And there's been many other instances over the years and the seasons. Clearly, people are targeting her. This is not just some happenstance, random thing that is going on. People are actively targeting this player.
Look, I've been reading quite a bit on this and how race has crept into this. And with Angel Reese, it really did come in because people were saying things back to her. And Caitlin Clark actually said, that's not right. So the only time we've really heard Caitlin Clark talk about race was when she was going against people who had pushed against a woman who's treated her so badly on the court, Angel Reese. It's ironic. How do you see the issue of race playing a role in this?
Well, it's hard for me to not see race play a part in it. I don't know to what extent, but certainly when you have sports broadcasters, national sports broadcasters that have been on television for years saying the only reason that Caitlin Clark is attracting these millions of viewers or having these sold out games is because she's white. That has been the rationale for multiple years. So when you continue to use rhetoric like that, you see the response on social media pushing back against her because she is a white player, and then you see the incidents that have happened across the years on the court. Multiple players, multiple teams attacking her, unsportsmanlike conduct, in addition to what I believe is real assault. You cannot ignore that this is playing some form of a part. So that's really my thought process on it.
So it's so interesting. You put that back on the people who should have the vocal responsibility not to trigger those in society who are just unhinged enough to be hateful anyway. I want to put something up for my team and take a quick look at some of the notable physicality that's gone viral against Caitlin Clark. And there it is. At May 2024, I'll pull out just a couple of these. She was pulled down by the neck, face. They called it a common foul by Alicia Clark, and it sparked backlash. June 1st, 2024, a blindside hip check, foul upgraded to a flagrant 1 for Chennedy Carter. I'm going to go forward now. June 17th, shoved, flagrant 2, and a fine by Marina Mabrey. And then just this latest one, June 24th, hit in the throat, need, flagrant 2, 1-game suspension for Alyssa Thomas. Your last words.
And that's 6 incidents is actually more than that. And I got to tell you, it must come to an end. The league needs to get involved. They need to ensure that.
Now, like I said, if you was able to sit through that, God bless you. If you fast forward and just get back to what I had to say, God bless you again. Because it was so hard to sit down and listen to somebody just spread lies like that and just be so stupid. Caitlin Clark is not being targeted by nobody. Caitlin Clark is not being hit on by not one black person in this league. Caitlin Clark did not bring any positivity to the WNBA. It was her MAGA, disgusting, racist fans that we talk about all the time that have so much to say every time something happens. They have so much to say about Angel Reese every time they get up. And every time something goes on like this, they call for the WNBA. They go to Congress. They do this. They do marches. For Caitlin Clark that hasn't done anything. And this young man is sitting on here like a clown and this woman and just put out stupid rhetoric like this. First of all, the conversation was about what happened between Caitlin Clark and Alyssa Thomas. But as the conversation goes on, he decides, oh, I'm going to really do this. Let's bring in Angel Reese. And you can tell by the things that he said, this fool do not watch the WNBA. She don't watch the WNBA by asking the question, has the league always been physical like this? Yes, it has. Yes, it has. But because it has absolutely nothing to do with America's darling, and it was never pushed like that back in the day, they never said anything about physical play of the WNBA. It always been a physical sport. Always. Basketball itself is a physical sport. Nothing is ever said when two black girls get into it. Nothing is ever said when a black girl get fouled hard. But now this rhetoric has gone to the news as if that's supposed to change anything. Like they're going to just stop playing physical and stop, playing defense anytime. Defense is played on Caitlin Clark or it's a target. Anytime a hard foul happens or it's a target. But nobody never says anything when that young girl, when that young white woman is pushing on people, hitting on people, flopping and doing anything. That does not reach the news like this does. Because they feel like, oh, look at her. Beat those black girls. Beat those black hoodwink girls. Beat those jealous, racist, weave-wearing black girls over there. Yeah, you see a lot of stuff about her fan base on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, a lot of it. And she don't come out and says, hey, look, y'all need to stop that. I am not like that. I am not like that. I'm friends with these people. I play with these people. They are not like that towards me, and it's a lie. Y'all need to stop lying. She don't come out and say anything, but it pisses me off to see this brother and sister. And by the way, have y'all ever seen the movie Get Out? Don't they remind you of the lead actor and actress in Get Out? Look at the pictures. Look at the comparison. They look like Get Out because the crap that they're saying is like Get Out. They are forced to say something like that. He's fumbling over his words, knowing that he never watched the game. He looked at a picture. He reading from a teleprompter, and they're telling him what to say. Bruh, you are a sellout. You and her. And then it moves away. The conversation moves away from Alyssa Thomas and Caitlin Clark. And now the lady is saying stupid stuff about Angel Reese. That she's treated her so badly on the court. You haven't even watched a game. When has Angel Reese treated her so bad on the court? Huh? When did that happen? No, but we got evidence of Caitlin Clark pushing Angel Reese on the ground and getting up and walking away like she didn't do anything. We got evidence of that. We got other evidence of Caitlin Clark slapping people in the face and pushing them and using that off on to push them on the ground and everything, and nothing is being done about it. We got a lot of evidence of that. We got a lot of evidence of her flopping and hitting her own stuff in the face. Hitting her own stuff in the face. Hitting her own stuff in the face with her hair and looking for a foul. And y'all call that targeting? She's been targeted by who? Oh, so other teams just supposed to move and part the Red Sea and let her walk through water and on dry land like Moses them did and just go score all the points just so y'all can have a great white hype and a great white hope for the WNBA. Let me tell you like this. Yeah, the numbers did go up for growth. The numbers went up for growth by her fans alone. Angry white men, angry white women that don't even know what the lines on the basketball represent. And they came over to the WNBA with their racist rhetoric, all because this woman behind me beat them in a national championship, and they have not been the same ever since. I have never seen anything like this in my life, that a young Black queen that is doing so much can get up every morning and people are bothering her every single day. That has to be draining. But yet we have fans on the Atlanta Dream app on Facebook going back and forth about this and not even realize this girl got so much to deal with other than playing basketball, just to play basketball. When you got a network like this that is going out of their way to spread rumors and lies, it's not even a rumor, but just spread lies. We watch the games. We never seen anything like what they're saying, ever. Not like I told you guys before, what Alyssa Thomas did, I don't go for that. But it was warranted because of what Caitlin Clark was doing in the game before and what she said about Alyssa Thomas on the bench. She called Alyssa Thomas the B word, and we definitely don't go for that. So, Caitlin Clark, you and your fan base, you deserved what you got. You don't ever call a Black woman the B word. I don't care if they say it in rap music. I don't care if they call themselves that, which I don't go for either. I don't think a Black woman should ever call themselves the B word. I'm a bad B. No, you're a bad Black woman. You're a beautiful Black queen. But for this joker to go on the bench and sit down and call Alyssa Thomas the B word, she deserved what she got. So Caldwell, I see you, brother. You moved up in the world by dissing your own people. You moved up in the world by shaking hands with Trump and talking about Trump. You moved up in the world because Trump went online and said this about you. Oh, you're a nice young man, or you're a wonderful human being, and this, that, and the other, and da 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 da. And you got the slave master stamp on your back. You got it. You got the slave master's stamp of approval on your back, and now you go on a national television show, a national show that's supposed to be about news, but y'all talking about basketball and what happened to Caitlin Clark when other Black women that got slammed down. Oh, I think of somebody, Angel Reese. They got slammed down by the neck by Alyssa Thomas. And did y'all cover that story? No, you didn't. When South Carolina went undefeated and beat Caitlin Clark again, did y'all cover that story? No, you didn't. Y'all don't care about Black women going undefeated and setting history. Y'all don't care about none of that stuff. This systemic racism, as Jason Whitlock calls it, systemic Caitlinism, is going on in the WNBA. It's not watering down anything because we still watching. Because the W is going to be just fine with or without her. It proved that during the WNBA finals last year. The numbers skyrocketed, and Caitlin Clark was not in it. Her teams excels and wins more games without her in the lineup than with her. She's out right now. And let's clear up this whole, oh, she went out after that situation because she suffered a back injury. She suffered a back injury in the fourth quarter and never came back.
Defended by Held. Bonner with the steal. Up the floor. Thomas. Up the.
Caitlin Clark didn't sprint back. Caitlin Clark is right here. She turned it over. She didn't sprint back. She gave up a layup.
Floor held now.
Look at Stephanie White. Look at Stephanie White. Stephanie White's pissed. Look at Stephanie White right here. Right here. She jumps off the bench, yelling timeout. She's pissed with Caitlin Clark. She's pissed with Caitlin Clark.
Plays it up and in. Stephanie White has seen enough. We are tied at 67.
Stephanie White was pissed. Stephanie White was pissed right there, right? So from that point on, now we're going to go here. Now we're going to go here, guys. You see right here, Caitlin Clark is right here. She's been subbed out of the game. That's why she's standing. The players that are sitting are the ones in the game. This means Stephanie White snatched her out of the game after one turnover. After that one mistake, Stephanie White pulled her. After that one mistake, Stephanie White pulled her. Now, this is where it gets fishy. Caitlin Clark is just going to leave. Who's walking? Like, where's the training staff? Where's the staff at? Where's the trainers at if she's hurt? Now, y'all tell me in an NBA game, when a player is hurt, what player just walks to the locker room with no trainers? Nobody asks. No trainers in the huddle is asking what's going on with her back. Nobody saying nothing. Caitlin Clark wasn't hurt, y'all. She got benched by Stephanie White and was pissed.
Why? Because they was telling her that she needed to play defense. And she got mad, and you could see her in the lineup, barely putting her hand in the huddle, and she walks to the back with no back brace, no limp, no gimp, no grimace of the face. That's what happened. See, sometimes I get the story a little bit late, and I got to go back and look. I'm like, why? Oh. Because how they make it seem is that she went out from a back injury from that right there. That's how they make it seem. But that's not what happened. See, thank God for cell phones and some people are going to tell the truth. Just like this podcast, we're going to tell the truth. We ain't going to make up nothing. See, they took a video of that and showed what really happened inside of that huddle. Caitlin Clark quit on her team. But Fox News, y'all not going to cover that. But you'll make up something about a black woman just to boost your ratings, and you know MAGA and racist white folks watch this show like it ain't nothing, so they're going to eat it up and eat it up and eat it up and never regurgitate it. And that's what's really wrong with America. When this man got in office, it woke up those who are the same and worse. Put them on Front Street. This is their time to shine. And you go all the way down to sports to bother a woman that's a runway model now. Bother a woman that got her own shoe line and selling out all the time now. Bothering a woman that retired her mama. Bothering a woman that owns a soccer team. Bothering a woman that's endorsed by multiple businesses. And now that's endorsed by a computer company, Dell. That's who you want to bother with? So the companies understand that this woman hasn't done anything that you guys have said. Shout out to all of the endorsements and the minds that's behind those endorsement deals. Shout out to you guys. Y'all are the real champions because y'all did not allow the idiocy to stop y'all from getting a true star. I'm trying to figure out, when did Caitlin Clark become a superstar? What have she super done? But just shoot threes and y'all love it.
And check this out. Janine MAGA meme queen said these words: "Please pray for Caitlin Clark. She is receiving a lot of hate, especially from the black community. Why? Because she's in a sport that is predominantly black players, and she is a better player than them, and they know it. Hang in there, Caitlin. Stay strong, sweetheart." Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? Come on, man. This has got to be a joke. The fact that it even went that far and somebody actually said that, and you mean to tell me that racism don't play a part in this? You are out of your rabid, disgusting minds, guys. Come on and wake up.
You never seen anything like this? You are a liar. There's been plenty of women that shot threes and shot better percentages as well. The logo three, she's not doing so well from the logo. This is sad and it needs to stop. But this is one woman, a white woman, a cool woman that had the right information and that said the right things about Caitlin Clark and what's going on. Let's see what she has to say. And when you see her, go ahead and subscribe to her channel. She has one. Go hit her up on TikTok and make sure y'all run this up because she told the truth. Let's listen to what she has.
Let's talk about a very noticeable pattern here. Alyssa Thomas gets suspended after making contact with Cece's throat. Okay, league reviews it. They've made their decision. Questionable, but it is what it is. Earlier in that same game, Aaliyah Boston catches Kyle Copper in the throat with one of those swinging elbows that she's notorious for and gets away with. Where is the outrage? Where are the think pieces? Where are the headlines? Why isn't the WNBA saying something about that? I thought throat contact was an issue at this point now. Oh, what about when this happened? Oh, wait, what about when AT did this to Angel? That's what's interesting here. This isn't just about one play. It's about a media ecosystem that keeps recreating the same narrative around a specific type of situation. We saw it with Angel Reese during the NCAA championships, which, as a reminder, is the reason Cece is a household name. She was known in the basketball space, sure, but she was not superstar level status, household name status, no. Not until the media decided to turn the situation with Angel Reese, who already had millions of followers, by the way, she turned that into a race thing that so many people fell for. Look at this innocent white girl versus these black villains. And it confirmed a lot of y'all's bias, which is why you fell for it. And we're seeing it again now. Cece gets cast as this innocent white superstar everyone is supposedly jealous of, while black women who built this league, by the way, get turned into the villains of her story. And the WNBA supports that. The media supports that. That's exactly why the Larry Bird comparisons have never sat right with me, because people compare Cece to Larry Bird simply because they're both white stars in a predominantly black league. But historically, Bird handled that dynamic very differently. I'm not about to sit here and lie and say Bird was some anti-racist activist. He wasn't giving speeches about racial justice or leading social movements, but he also didn't embrace being America's great white hope. That's the difference. In fact, he rejected it. So that's for all those people who are like, oh, you just want Cece to be an activist. No. But he repeatedly said basketball was a black man's sport. He hated the idea that his success was being used to diminish black players or create racial division, and it overshadowed his game. And when racial narratives threatened to spiral, he shut them down. The best example is in 1987, Isaiah Thomas made headlines after saying Bird got extra praise because he's white, which arguably is true, and the media immediately turned that into a racial firestorm. Bird could have leaned into that, and he didn't. Instead, he and Isaiah Thomas held a joint press conference to cool everything down and move the conversation back to the game. He refused to become the face of a racial grievance narrative. That's the big difference here. The racial storyline existed around Larry Bird because the media wanted it to exist. Today, the racial storyline around Caitlin Clark is constantly reinforced by the media, by her teammates, by the league. Every hard foul becomes proof that the league is targeting her. Every rivalry becomes evidence that black players are jealous. Every criticism gets reframed into why does everyone hate Caitlin Clark? Oh, it's because she's white. Anytime someone plays good defense on her, it's like, oh my God, look at them targeting her. And instead of those narratives being consistently shut down, they just continue to grow. I want to add another big difference between Bird and Cece is Bird played defense. He was named to the NBA All-Defensive Second Team 3 consecutive times. I don't see that.
Say, where is the offering plate? Where is the offering plate? Where is the offering plate? Did she lie one time? Not at all. She told the truth, and those are all facts. All facts. Not one thing she said was a lie, and they refused to put that on Fox News. See, you got people that's willing to tell the truth. You got people that are telling the truth on these podcasts like we have. You got Showtime, you got A Drizzy, you got myself, you got others that's been in the game longer than I have. And we tell the truth about what we see and what's actually going on the court. And for Stephanie White, I'm not even going to say they force you to do that. For Stephanie White to go out there and act like that your little sweet Caitlin don't be out there antagonizing people and beating people up and doing stuff and everything like that, but you don't say absolutely nothing about that. Shame on you. Shame on you. And you see how the fan base and everybody treats you, trying to call for your job every game, even after win. Anything that's involving sweet little Kate, they try to go at your head for it. You're going to sit up there and take up for that mess? Stephanie White, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. But this dumb behind clown right here, this not get out your feelings, but this get out dude, Caldwell, you're a sad case, bro. You're a coon and you're a sellout. Now, nobody don't call black men coon, but this is a straight coon. You're a sellout. Both of you, I don't even know her name. I don't care to know her name, but both of you all are sellouts, and you need to be ashamed of yourself to go to go against black women like this, black men like this, and y'all just sit up here and just spread lies. Y'all did the same thing to the Obama administration. Y'all just sit up there and lied on this black man that got a chance to help get this country back to where it needs to be. It's going to take way more than 8 years to do that, but at least we got our first one in there. Y'all just lied, and you're still lying. And now they got y'all two coons and clowns sitting up here spreading rumors and lies about Angel Reese, and she ain't even got nothing to do with it. You're disgusting. I'm not going to even talk about who you love. I don't have no problem with who you love or who you choose to marry. That's between you and God and your life. But you come here and you sit up here and talk about Angel Reese as if she going back and forth about Caitlin Clark on her social media. When did Angel Reese do that? When did she do that? What fight did she continue on social media about Caitlin Clark? What are you talking about? Angel always had nothing but utmost things to say about Caitlin Clark. Always have. Until you liars, RG3, all y'all clowns, Emmanuel Acho, Shady McCoy, all y'all that had all them horrible, nasty things to say about Angel Reese. I saw another video about from Acho about Caitlin Clark saying that, you know, she can leave the WNBA now since she got the WNBA over the threshold. The threshold of what? What did she do? What did she do, Acho? What did she do? What did she do? You got Adrian Wilson out there winning every daggone thing and playing her heart out. She's the real GOAT of the WNBA. You got all these beautiful black sisters and white women. Let's go here. If Caitlin Clark is so great, how come she didn't put up 53 points like Marbury did? And didn't her and Marbury get into it? But y'all ain't show that. And notice, when the lady was panning through of the accidents, the alleged accidents, she ain't saying nothing about Marbury. We don't want to talk about two white women going at it. But if Caitlin Clark was so great, how come she never done what Marbury did, put up 53 points? 9 of 17 3-pointers and all that, and shot a good percentage and everything. How come Caitlin Clark never done that? Never done it. But Marbury did, and y'all ain't covering that. Y'all ain't covering the other white women that's winning championships and doing great things. Y'all ain't doing that. So stop with the systemic Caitlinism. Thank you, Jason Whitlock, for that. If you come back and say great things about Angel Reese for a whole year, we might start allowing you to come get a plate and go home from the cookout. You can't stay, but come and get you a plate and go home. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it, and it needs to stop. So all you all that follow this channel, blast that clown. Go on his Instagram and let him have it, because they just lied on our girl. If you really support Angel Reese like that, you got the right to go after people. Yes, you do. And I'm going to address it, so don't nobody come in, why am I worried about the clowns? I don't give a who what you say. I'm going to address it because it needs to stop. That's what you do when you got somebody back and you love them. Point blank, period. Let it happen to one of y'all family members and everything like that, even a distant cousin. You ain't going to stand for that. And we ain't standing for it over here. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Young got me hot, boy. I'm hot. I'm hot about that. So when I say the Indiana MAGA fevers, I mean what I say. The fact that you got Sophie Cunningham going on a podcast and telling me, he needs to stop. They do it wrong. But yet you the one that grabbed somebody behind the neck and try to throw them down and try to fight them right there. Yeah, you got put out of the game, but you didn't get suspended. Oh, the WNBA, you guys are disgusting. And Caitlin Clark didn't do nothing. Nafisha Collier, the one that got WNBA the money. Nafisha Collier did that. Let's give credit where credit is due. She is the face of that department of the league. She went and put the commissioner on blast. She did that. She put it on blast. She even had Caitlin Clark's back, because the commissioner don't give 13 cents about Caitlin Clark. You heard what she said. She better be glad she got endorsements. Oh, yeah. So kill me with all that. Nafisha Collier is the one that helped get these women the money that they're making now. She went to work because it was reported that Caitlin Clark didn't even want to wear a shirt. So Collier, thank you, because you did it for everybody. Appreciate it, mama. And what this dude talking about the a $2.something billion with NBC and Caitlin Clark did that? You are a liar. You are a bona fide liar. You're sick. Like, comment, and share. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you feeling what I'm saying, please don't hesitate to spill it all in the chat. Spill it all in the chat. You got something, say it. Say it, because this needs to stop. This is our homegirl, and this is our channel. We can speak on stuff like this, and let's go at it. Let's go at it. It's sad. It is so freaking sad. You guys are disgusting. Anybody from Fox News that come over here that supports them, you guys are disgusting. You're sick and you're wicked. And y'all need to stop that mess and call her out on the mess that she does. Even her own father told her to shut up and play basketball. Her own daddy told her to shut up and stop whining and play basketball. Her own daddy said, salute to you, sir. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you become part of this Get Out Your Feelings family. And as I go for round 2 of my workout, I hope to see y'all on the next video. I got to take my children, my daughter back a little early, so I'll be back home in time to drop another video. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. And we stand with Angel Reese. We stand with Angel Reese. We stand with every woman in the WNBA. As long as you don't try no racist crap, we stand with you. We protect everybody. But we definitely stand with Angel Reese. We do not play about that young woman right there. So thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening, taking time out of your lunch, taking time out of your work day, watching me, sitting up there showing me to your coworkers saying that man fine. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I will talk to you guys later. Y'all have a blessed Monday.